welcome back to the Perfunctionist channel. I'm sure you recognise that song. Yes, of course, that was Day Tripper by the Beatles, and that's a song we're going to be looking at today. So if you're stuck in lockdown and looking for something to do, or if you just want to learn this song, or maybe it's past lockdown and you need to learn this song, this is the video for you. So stick around. So there are a few sections to this song that we're going to look at. We have the main riff, which is a basic verse. We have the chorus, and we have the bridge, which also has a solo, which if you want to think of that as a fourth section, you can do. But it's going to be those sections that are going to be going round and round, except for the bridge, which only goes around once, and then we'll put the song together at the end, and I'll tell you what the structure is. So let's have a look at the verse, which is going to comprise mainly of this main riff that we're going to look at now. Alright, so what's happening there? We're going to start with the open E string, and then on that same string we're going to play frets 3 and 4. I'm going to use my second and third finger to play that. So far we got. Then I'm going to change down to the A string. With my first finger I'm going to play the second fret. And from here I'm going to kind of roll my finger down to the D string, same fret, second fret. And then I'm going to take my finger off, revealing the open D string. Let's play that right. So you can, if you want to, if you're going when you're going from that A string to the D string, you can just jump if you want to, if you find that easier. You may want to try rolling your finger. You'll probably come across that again in other songs, so it might be worth giving that a go and trying to get used to that, because you'll have to do that in other songs most likely. And it's a bit annoying at first, but it's well worth learning how to do that. But if you do find it easier to just jump to the neck to the D string, then feel free to do that. Right, that's the first bit. The second bit, we're going to go back to the A string at the second fret. And then D string 4th fret. Back to the B string, to the B note, which is the second fret on the A string. Last two notes, open D and then second fret. Let's put that together so it gives you context for that second half. Alright, so when this comes in the verse, we're going to play it twice. And then what's going to happen next is we're going to play it again for a third time, except we are going to move everything down one string. So we're going to start on the A string this time, but we're going to play everything in exactly the same way. I'll show you. So it's all exactly the same. I've just moved everything down a string. So we're starting on the A string. So once you've done that once, we're going to go back to the E string and do it one more time. So that's 4 times altogether. 2 on the E string, 1 on the A string, and then 1 more on the E string. And then it goes into the chorus. As for the right hand, pick it how you want. I tend to do a mixture of downstrokes and upstrokes. Some people like to do it all downstrokes. It works all downstrokes and sounds fine. And if you find it easier to do that, then go right ahead and do that. But you basically can pick this how you feel most comfortable. As a quick side note, the rhythm guitar part, the John Lennon part, on the video it looks like he's playing up here. He's just playing like an E chord, maybe an E7 chord. But the video is not necessarily the same thing as what he's playing in the studio. So for the performance video at the beginning, I just picked a bog standard, very bland 3-note power chord. Or it could be this, maybe. I'll leave you to decide which one you want to use for that rhythm part. Alright, so this chorus part is basically a bunch of dominant 7 chords, starting with an F sharp 7. But we're going to be basically playing the power chords. At least the George Harrison part seems to be just playing the power chords. It was a day tripper. There's eighth notes on these two notes here. So if you don't know this chord yet, you can get away with just playing the power chord. Just a 2-note power chord. 3 if you want to. Hey tripper, one-way ticket, yeah. And then it goes up to an A at the 5th fret. Took me so. And G sharp. Then a C sharp all the way up here at the 9th fret. And then a B at the 7th fret. So it's so F sharp. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. So 4 times. 4. Once on the A. Once on everything else basically. Once on the A. Once on the G sharp. Once on the C sharp. Once on the B. So what I like to do is, if you know this chord, I like to play the 7 chord. The dominant 7 chord. I'm not playing all the strings though, but the reason I like to play this chord and get the shape of this chord is so that if I'm playing this and I want to just kind of play the chord just maybe once, hey, tripper, ticket, yeah, something like that. It took me so long to find out. Something like that. I might want to do that. I've got the option to do it, but you can just get away with a power chord. When you get up to the C sharp and the B7, the C sharp 7 and the B7, there is a bit more of the chord being played there. So it sounds something like this. So you'd play it along these lines. She was a day tripper, one-way ticket, yeah. It took me so long to find out. I found out. There's a bit more of the chord there. I think it's a kind of a bum, 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 bum. Or that could be the rhythm part, that could be the John Lennon part. So let's do that one more time. She was a day tripper, one-way ticket, yeah. It took me so long to find out. I found out. Back into that bit again. So the rhythm part, the John Lennon part, is just those chords being strummed, and it's something along the lines of T, T, coffee, tea, down, 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 up, down. Something like that. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, tripper, one-way ticket, yeah. It took me so long to find out. I found out. Alright, so arguably the hardest part, and I think very few would argue that this isn't true, the hardest part is going to be this bridge section coming up, which basically is going to be a B7 chord, but we're going to move that riff that we played into B. For many years I played it here, but watching the video I see George Harrison's hand up here, and again, because it's the video, you don't necessarily believe that that's what he's playing on the record. In fact, it doesn't look like what he's playing is going with what you're hearing. So, but I think he does play it up here somewhere. I kind of like it in this position here because we're using some of the thicker strings, and the sound on the recording is quite a thick sound rather than going down to here. So I like to move it to here. Alright, so how do we play this? So we're going to start off with this B note. So it's going to be the 7th fret on the low E string. I'm using my 3rd finger. You can use your 2nd finger as well. But what we're going to do is our 1st finger is going to play on the A string starting on the 5th fret but sliding into the 6th fret. So this next note here is going to be A string 9th fret. Next 2 notes, we're going to move down to the D string. We're going to do another one of those rolls. So we're going to be on the same fret, so D string 9th fret, and then to 7. Alright, the next note, we're going to go back to this 9th fret on the A string. And then up to the G string at the 6th fret. And then back to this A string again at the 9th fret. Last two notes, D string 7 up to 9. You can even hammer on. Alternatively, there's this note here, this G string 6th fret. We can, if you prefer, you can move it up to here, which is D string 11th fret. So let me show you that. So it kind of makes it easier in the sense that you're not using as many strings. However, the payoff is it's a slightly wider stretch, which isn't too bad because it's a bit higher up the neck, so the frets kind of get a bit narrower, so it's not too bad. So if you prefer that one, go for that one. Otherwise, you've got that. You've got the note on the G string. So that riff over the B7 chord is going to happen 3 times. So after we play the riff over the B7 chord 3 times, we play this. And that's the solo. So what's happening here? We're starting off with this B7 chord, get away with the B power chord, and then we're going to go to this note here. It's the 3rd of B on the G string at the 8th fret. And then we're going to go between that and the D string at the 9th fret. So we're going to go. I'm going to go back to the G string again, and then to the 9th fret on the G string. And once we hit that 9th fret on the G string, we're going to bend. So we're going to bend up a whole tone up to there. Little pinky's going to play on the B string at the 10th fret. So once you play with the pinky, you're going to release your bend. You're going to play the G string again, release the bend. The second bit is going to play something very similar up an octave. I'm going to start on the B string at the 12th fret. Let me play it for you first. So I'm going to play this B string twice. And then we are going to play the 10th fret on the high E string, back to the B string, back to the E string, then 12th fret on the E string. We're going to bend up at the 12th fret on the E string, bend back down and pick it, 10th fret on the high E string, and finally 12th fret on the B string. So basically we're picking everything. So when you put those two together, and then after this we have 2 bars of the Beatles doing R's. I think they're doing R's over the solo as well. But there's 2 more bars left, or we can just play them out with a B7 chord. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And back into the main riff again. The John Lennon part, the rhythm part, basically is going to play a B7 throughout. You've got your B7 here, you've got your B7 down here. Much of a much in this case. I have realised playing the John Lennon parts that because they're all pretty much bar chords, it's quite tough. So even though they're quite straightforward, it can be quite tough in the hand if you're playing bar chords all the time. On the video to this song, you can see John Lennon taking a page out of Jimi Hendrix's book where he plays when he's playing the F#7 during the chorus. You can kind of see him doing this with his thumb. If you wanted to do that, all he's doing is replacing the bar, at least the low E string, with his thumb at the 2nd fret. and you can move that shape around. Although he doesn't move it around in the video, but you do see him play this chord shape with his thumb. You could do it with the B as well, it stays there for quite a while. That's a John Lennon part, not as easy as you might think. So let's talk about the structure of this. It's not as straightforward as you might expect, just like the John Lennon parts. We're going to start off with the main riff in E. I'm going to go around again. The bass is going to join us. We're going to go around again. The drums and John Lennon part is going to join us. Two of those, I believe. So once we get to the verse, we kind of know the structure there. It's going to be the riff on 2 E's, 1 A, and then 1 E. Then it's going to go into the chorus. Back into the riff again. Back in again with the drums. Then into another verse, into another chorus, and then straight into the bridge section. Once the bridge section is over, it's going to be basically the same as going into the second verse. So it's going to be that little intro bit again. Drums come in to go around again. And third verse. Alright, so we do third verse, third chorus, and then we go back into the intro again, but this time it's the intro from the beginning, so it's the longer version. A riff, bass comes in, drums and John Lennon comes in, twice I think, and then it's the outro. So the outro is basically where they play the main riff in E and sing Day Tripper. Day Tripper, Day Tripper, yeah. And then it repeats to fade. So if you're doing this live, you'll have to figure out an ending for this one. But that's how we fade. That's how we end the song. That's how they end the song on the recorded version. So I hope you've enjoyed that. That was Day Tripper by the Beatles. I hope you learned something from that. Please feel free to like this video if you liked it, or if you didn't like it, let me know. So like, comment, subscribe, much appreciated if you do that. I'm still trying to build this channel up and get mine as high, so you could do me a solid by liking and subscribing and watching the whole thing. But yeah, come and say hello on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, obviously YouTube as well. So come and say hello. Let me know if there's anything in particular you want to learn, or any gear reviews you want me to have a look at, because we do gear reviews as well. So enjoy the video. I hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.